This is gonna be my deck, okay? My D. I've been going back and forth. I call it pay to lose because there's a lot of, you know, the upstart goblins. They're expensive. So don't, maybe you don't have to go upstart. I'm gonna use the website first so you don't screenshot and run away, then build the deck, and then you pay to lose. So let's chill, okay?
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
So a card like Upstart Goblin, it's very good, but as you can see here, 48% are not playing it. So this card being from a master pack, this is equivalent to crafting a Max C. This is equivalent to crafting an Ash Blossom. If you don't have those cards first, Upstart Goblin is such a... It's like wearing a Rolex. You don't need it. You're going to walk outside naked. Can you imagine that? You're naked, no shoes, no pants, no shirt, and you got a Rolex. No one cares. You're naked. That's what crafting Upstart Goblin before the other cards is doing. So be careful on that before you see my deck, okay? But generally, just see the breakdown of what's here. And you may not have DLM Pro, which is $2 a month to remove ads and have tournament only mode and a bunch of other features, but I'll show you. From the tournament decks, generally tournament is higher quality, and that's why tournament players are using Upstart Goblin, because tournament players, 100%, they're using it. They're pay to win fools, all right? They like to pay to win. That's why they're top in tournaments, right? This is between two different decks. They're also tripling Nibiru. That's totally unnecessary. The Nibiru, look at that. 56% are not playing Nibiru. Wait for more tournament results. This is all, we're really early in all the data right now. If you really want, you can go to the top decks page. Load up. And we'll do Striker. So I'm gonna get to my deck soon. I just wanna give you the resources to help you out first. All right. See, in the past 7 days, there was no strikers that topped. So it's the last 2 freaking weeks. 2 weeks, you got to wait for the load. So striker in the past 2 weeks tournaments, there was only 2. They literally topped within the release day. So these are the only 2 fools that topped. So you could look at their tournaments with a grain of salt. Otherwise, you could look at the community's doing. If you want to be doing the we're going to take off the tournament. I'm going to put striker back on the filter. So here are some good ways to do this. If you want to not see Upstart Goblin, or you could sort by price, ready? The cheapest waifu decks right here. That's the cheapest one. Cheapest waifu deck. The extra deck looks really weird, but you know, cheapest. Okay, that's great. Another thing you could do is you could do the up arrow to exclude a card. You don't want to see Upstart Goblin? That's fine. You could see the ones without Upstart Goblin. There you go. So up arrow, Upstart, fine. Maybe you're a pay to win fool. Ooh, Kaiser Coliseum. Oh, that's spicy. That's so spicy. Triple Kaiser Coliseum. Damn, that's such a good card to play. I want to try that card out. Look, it's a super rare. It's cheaper. It's cheap to play, but I don't think I have room for it. I was struggling with fitting cards in my deck. Now, with that said, I gave you the resources. I'm going to show you my deck, okay? This is my D. Valor and Upstart are so expensive. I'll tell you why one effect Valor is bad. The Hulk only summons the effect Valor from... Wait, actually, you know, maybe it's not bad. It could summon from hand or deck. I mean, one effect Valor, you could do it, right? Just be okay. Just don't use your one effect Valor. Just don't use your one effect. Don't use it. You draw it, hold it. Okay? I think 3 Valor is optimal, though. But you could build this first. And the Nibiru, you don't need Nibiru, okay? The Ash Blossom, the Max C, and the Called by the Grave in any deck, most decks, you should be playing 3, 3, and 2. If you don't know what you're doing and you have enough crafting resources, but again, don't go outside naked, but you have Max C, Ash Blossom, and Called by the Grave. So I do recommend you build the core. On the website, I'm going to show you the core that we have built. The waifu core, okay? Okay, here's the core of the deck. Something like this. You don't need 2 of that, okay? But it's a free card, so it doesn't really matter. All right? So please do not craft this card. Please do not, okay? The crafted card, I'm going to tell you. Let me show you. I don't even have this card because you have to play the freaking solo mode. And I'm not playing solo mode, mate. No way. This card, do not craft this. It's from the solo mode, okay? Don't do it. It's a replacement. It's a replacement for Unicorn. I might even like this better than Unicorn because this could trigger your field spell. That's poggers. Trigger the field spell, send to the grave, summon a waifu from the deck. That's great. So you could also send itself to the graveyard to make room from your monster zone because your monster zone blocks you from making plays. So you can make this. If you have too many, if you stole too many monsters, you're like, what am I gonna do with all these monsters? You could make Ningirsu, then Ningirsu could send itself and then a card on their field, and then you made room. You made room. You're good. I like the triple multi-roll because once I get the multi-roll and I make sure to activate its effect in the end phase after searching with the Shizuku, then I could do double Widow, but not everyone's playing a 3. This is not my like final version, all right? This is what am just testing right now. That's why I have the replays with the triple Nibiru, clapping fools. I have 1 Harpy Feather Duster and 2 Lightning Storm to wipe out the Eldritch. Eldritch pisses me off. I think I was playing triple Lightning Storm, but I wanted to Keck W with the triple Nibiru. Just so many hand traps. Blossom, Maxi, Effect Veiler, Nibiru. And you know that you could just win the game from those. I showed you replays where you could win without even touching a single waifu. You don't have to put it on the field and you could win. What else is optional? Many people don't play 3 field spell, okay? I'm just testing this out. I'm just testing it out. This is more standard if you go 2 and 2. More standard, okay? But this is how it's a free card, so it's not a big deal. And that is the deck. I don't want to make this video too long. Enjoy the deck, enjoy the replays, the breakdown of this, and that is Sky Striker waifu deck. How to play. Do you want to play it? You do. Fools! This is my minus 4,000, summon a Stratos, grab a Ferris. Why play Effect Veiler? Why play Veiler and waifu? Someone laughed at me for playing Nibiru. Can you freaking believe them? This is the waifu showcase. Does it matter what he's doing? No, because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna search. Generally, this has worked out well for me. I search for the word negate and then the deck type I'm playing against. So if you don't know what you're playing against, just search for one of the cards like Stratos. And it looks like the only card that negates is Plasma. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to wait till the end of main phase 1 to give him that big fat Nibiru. So I'm just chilling, right? This looks good to me. So if we were to do against Tri-Brigade, if we were to try this method against Zoo Tri-Brigade, let's see. Well, Apollo negates. So yeah, you want to play around Apollo. If you're playing against Tri-Brigade, you know that Apollo will negate your Nibiru. So that's how you know to trust this. Use the filter against a deck you understand, and then go on from there and look at the cards that negate. Is it time yet? Is it time? Holy moly. Now it's time. Wipe the entire field. Give myself a Nibiru. That is what I'm talking about now. Why are we playing Nibiru and an Effect Veiler? He's going to summon a monster from the graveyard. I could have Ash Blossomed it, but I wanted Ash Blossom for my own use. Let it happen. We both draw. Normal summon. So if I only had 1 Ash Blossom, this is the combo you want to learn for Sky Striker. All right? Focus. A tuner, which you could summon from your opponent's graveyard or steal with the Widow Anchor, or your own tuner. The tuner plus any monster makes the Hulk. Hulk will summon a tuner from the deck, which has to be Effect Veiler. If you don't have an Effect Veiler in the grave, Effect Veiler and the Hulk are going to make Selene. Why did we need Effect Veiler? Because Effect Veiler is a spellcaster, and you need a spellcaster to make Selene, and then Selene will summon a spellcaster from your graveyard But to do that, there needs to be 3 spells in either player's graveyard. My graveyard, I got no spells. Uh-oh. Well, my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells in their graveyard. So he met the requirement for me. Thank you. You need at least 3 spells in either player's graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lose 3. Now, very important to know this. This is non-targeting. So if your opponent DD Crows, you still have the other effect veiler you'll summon. Very good. That's why you want effect veiler. Access code talker. Tuner plus a monster into Hulk, into Celine, into access code talker. It's all thanks to the effect veiler. Effect veiler could help initiate it. It's also someone from the deck. Lethal damage. That's why. That's why. That's why. Love it. This is a 10 out of 10 replay. Focus. All right. First, we're going to be... He's going to activate that. I'm going to negate with Ash Blossom. Keck, wait. Yeah. Nope. Oh. That is epic. Let's get to it. Rescue Cat. So important with Rescue Cat. You have to effect veiler before they activate Rescue Cat. If they banish Rescue Cat to activate, then there's nothing to effect veiler. So you gotta on summon, smack the kitty. All right, Almarajan. Fractal, doing the normal plays. We could speed this up a little. Send, activate, send. Karis, special summon. Turn change. Upstart Goblin. We're going to get our waifu plays ready. I got double Nibiru. Keck W. Bad in this deck, right? Horrible. We're going to send the token for the Hayate. Hayate going to swing in onto the Salamangreat. Activate, send a card to the graveyard. I'm going to send an engage. I'm going to use my Kagari to add the engage from the graveyard back to the hand. Then I could search. Now, this is a very important play here. Whoa! Never mind. Okay, we got negated. I'll tell you the very important play later. It's a way to search for a negate in the end phase, which just got messed up. So now I'm screwed. I have a negate. I got Nibiru. Yes, Samuel did win. Thank you, Gia. We searching. Now he's going to play around normal summoning. So he knows if he gets disrupted by the Widow that he could still do his normal summon. He's good. I'm going to wait for him to banish. You do want to know if they have to pay a big cost. I'm just going to yoink it. Why not? Yoink it. Take away from his Link summoning. Now he is activating to get the kit. All right, sending Nerval. Nerval. He's going to normal summon the Fractal. Banish from the graveyard. Summon the Omen. The Fool's going to banish his own Karass. Okay. Gone. Gone. Now, you want to know when they could Apollo, and you want a Nibiru before Apollo. Apollo is a Link 4, so could he have made Apollo with the Link 4 plus a regular monster? No. You could make a Link 5, or you could make a Link 2. 2 or 5 with a 4 and a regular monster. Farigit is going to summon from the hand. I'm just going to Nibiru right now. Wipe that entire field. Wipe it good. Now, why did I not wait with the Nibiru? Why didn't I let him summon something else? Well, I know that a Tri-Brigade deck, that he was going to summon a Bear Brum. Bear Brum wants to be sent to the graveyard. If Bear Brum is sent to the grave, they search for the Tri-Brigade Revolt. Now, oh, I don't care about Tri-Brigades. Yeah, you do. They're the most played deck, one of the most played alongside Eldritch. So even if you don't want to play the deck, you need to know how to play against it. And preventing the Bear Brum from being summoned, that's a good way to play against it. All right, let's go. Harpy Feather Duster. I'm going to be saving that for the Revolt. See, I don't really have plays. I just got Nibiru. I got freaking Nibiru. That's it. Third Tenki. What a Chad. And you always want to know how many cards are in the graveyard to make their plays. Normal summon. Go get Lincoln. Get Lincoln. Lincoln up. Link it up. So, you count the summons. 1, 2, 3. Tiger Mortar. All right. Summon again. Summon again. Borbo. Again. All right. Dryden. That's the 5th summon. You could wait for the Zeus, or you could just slap the Nibiru on the field right now. Probably waiting for Zeus would be better, though. He could chain, pop me. That's fine. I don't think the deck could even make Zeus. If you Nibiru this many of their exceeds, double Nibiru. This guy's pissed because this many Nibirus in a freaking Sky Striker deck? What the hell is this? We upstarted. Negating upstart. How salty are you? Negating an upstart goblin? Disgusting. Wipe out that token. Now, what does this dude need to rip into? We have a little bit of back and forth here. We got a back and forth. People forgot what a back and forth duel feels like. Well, we're going back and forth. I can't even summon my Sky Striker. Now, this is where I could access code for 300 damage, but not lethal. Poke him, then we have the Ash Blossom ready. Generally, you're going to want to hold the tuner if you can to make the 5300 access code to get wiping. This is it. I feel this is it. We're going to Harpy Feather Duster, trigger that early. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Now, the Shark allows us to banish from the graveyard. You could even steal if you have enough cards in your grave. This does not target, though. They special summon as many as they want, and you don't know what they're special summoning, so you can't target what they're summoning, then banish it. So let's go. And you can't use Shark Cannon anyway, because Nibiru is blocking. If you have any monsters in your monster zone, you can't use your Sky Strikers. No good. All right. Omen. Wipe the back row. Banish my Nibiru, which was going to be my lethal play. That's it. I'm screwed. If he banishes my Nibiru, then how am I going to make access code Talker? Well, I have how many spells in my graveyard? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's activate another. Pop it. Now, this actually could be, I would say, a misplay. To pop it early could give him a search for DD Crow. But we're going to have double Veiler in the graveyard, so maybe it's not that big a deal. If you already have a Veiler in the grave, popping it so we could search a DD Crow is fine. But if you had no Veiler in your graveyard, popping it early, you probably just done goofed the whole duel. You're done. You're going to lose. Shark Cannon, come to me. And just like that, you saw it before. Tuner plus another monster, steal it from their graveyard. Sometimes you steal the tuner from their grave. Everyone's playing Ash Blossom. You Hulk with the tuner, summon a Veiler. You got double Veiler in the graveyard, so that will play around DD Crow. The Selene will not target the Veiler, so if they DD Crow or Called by the Grave It, you could still summon the other effect Veiler. Let's go. And yeah, wait, with Shirag, straight in access code? No, that's not true. Access code is a 4. You can't link 4 plus a monster in access code. Get boosting. Lethal damage. If he had a link 3 in the graveyard, you can special summon it and go straight into the access code, but their link 3 then goes to their graveyard. So don't be funny, mate. Hey, do not summon their link 3, and then their link 3 goes to their graveyard, and then your access code's going, you what, mate? We are going to do the normal wham bam thank you ma'am Tri-Brigade play, adding with the Nerval, normal summoning the Karass. Now I do think he did feel out my Max C, which you could do, and he negates the Max C. Get out of here. I'm going to Veiler, still negate, and he's like, oh crap, it's that waifu deck. No one else plays Veiler. Shoot. And I just normal summon my Karass. Keck, wait. Double back row? Well, this was not for you, buddy. This was for the Eldritch fools. If you're an Eldritch player, this might be triggering for you. Lightning Storm. Wipe out the back row. Chain Revolts. Summon, summon, summon. Explain how the Veiler worked there. Okay, so what happened here? Why didn't it pause? Konami, chill. So he activates Chainlink 1, Caress to summon a Link 2. Chainlink, a Link 2, okay? Now Chainlink 2, Max C, because he's about to special summon. Chainlink 3, Called by the Grave, will chain to the Max C to banish it and negate it. And then Effect Veiler does not require me to be the direct chain link to the effect being activated. It's a blanket negate. Just straight up target a monster, negate its effects. I'm not negating an activation, I'm negating an effect. So if I had Gamma, Gamma would not work here. Gamma has to be the direct chain link to the effect activating. You could Effect Veiler chain link 6, 7, 8, 9 to negate a chain link 1, its effect. But you're not negating the effect, you're negating the monster. All right? Kit activating. Do your stuff. It's my turn, buddy. Just totally stole my freaking turn. Stole my turn like a jerk. Terraforming, grabbing my field spell. We feeling it. I'm gonna YOLO. I'm straight YOLOing. I'm gonna send Droplet to look at the top 3. Please. Please. 1. Woo, we good. We good. Let's go. All right, so with that, we're going to activate it to then target the field spell. This is the combo. You send the field spell to the grave to summon a Ray. Ray is here. Our waifu's here. Now, a lot of people, they think, oh, Ray, let's go into green, right? Well, the first thing you want to think is, can I attack with Ray? Yeah. Attack with Ray, then activate her effect to attack again. Wipe out that fool. Ray jumping. Hayate, get swinging, send in. Now, you could send engage, but if I activate engage, it will trigger my multi-roll. Not good. There's a bug in game where that's not a good play. The correct play is to send the Widowmaker here because I needed the multi-roll to summon the Ray from the deck. So sending the Widow to the graveyard is the correct play. If you're a TCG player, then it's not the correct play because you could actually cheat your end phase better, but the game is bugged, okay? Did I say Widow? What is it? Widow, Window Maker? The Widow Anchor, okay? So I'm gonna show you the bug, how to play around the bug. The bug is the multi-roll, and let's just summon the other link so it's easier to explain. Gagari. Go to add. Okay, we'll do the blue one. So Kagari adds in the graveyard. And now I'm going to explain the bug to you. The bug is whichever card is on the field first is going to be the first one to activate in the end phase. So this one was on the field first. This is on the field second. So this will activate first. If I activate any Sky Striker card, it's going to activate first, which is going to screw me. You don't want that. I want this to activate second. So there's 2 ways to make it activate second. You summon the Shizuku first, or just don't activate the cards, okay? But is it, the bug might be triggering it second. The bug's kind of confusing. Actually, I need to double check. I think you could trigger it second, right? If you trigger it, if you don't activate, then you lose the trigger. You lose the trigger, okay? We're trying to play around a bug here, okay? So because Shizuku could activate first, I grab the Widow Anchor from the deck to my hand. You need your toggle on right now, because now I want to trigger the multi-roll. Get multi-rolling. Activate it. Now, this is a troll. I just took it for a troll. Doesn't matter. The multi-roll is now going to activate, setting the card I searched. Now I got double negate. I got double negate. Thank you very much. So if you don't understand that trick, it's really important for the deck to be able to search a Widowmaker, activate it, make sure this doesn't trigger first. It's bugged, so we're trying to trick it. So when he harasses, I know I'm in trouble because, well, actually, I'm feeling good because I know I got multiple negates. I got 3 negates. 3. Negate number 1. Now, should you take control of the monster, if you take control of anything, then you can't activate your other Widow. So you got to pass on the yoink. No yoink. No yoink. Okay. Link it up. Link 4. Okay, this is tricky. This is so tricky. You need your toggle on. If your toggle's not on, you lose everything. And I mean everything. I lose my fields. I'm done. I'm screwed. On summon, he's going to activate to gain attack. You can't chain to it. You cannot. Then there's one opportunity. One shot to turn your toggle on. On the resolution of gaining attack, you will be allowed to use your cards. If you're on toggle, and Konami may fix this, I think they will. They're going to fix it. I think they will, just later. This is not a bug. This is just how the auto toggle works. If the access code talker activates to destroy a card in the field, you can't chain. And with your toggle on auto, you're not going to have a prompt to activate your cards. Toggle on when you see the access code talker, always, always, always. Even if you have nothing, just get used to it. Get used to it. Gain, on the gain, with toggle on, now I have to negate. But this dude, he screwed it up. Oh, God. Dude, you ruined it. If your access code talker activates, put it on the last chain. You gotta put it on the last chain, okay? He messed it up. He freaking messed it up. But still, believe me when I said, you have to toggle on. You have to toggle on. I toggled on, I was ready, but the fool put it on freaking chain link lower. Put it on the final chain, Yoink! Not one effect. Not 2 effects. But 3 effects we are negating. And we are only negating 3 effects because I was able to properly cheat the multi-roll bug by searching a Widow before triggering the multi-roll to trigger it in the end phase with the toggle on to reset it, to have 2 Widows. I had 0 Widow last turn. I searched for both. I sent one, then Kagari'd it to the hand, and then I searched for the other one in the end phase, activate in the end phase, then reset it for double Widow, and this fool still had another play. We're still screwed. Effect failure. Effect failure. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm out. I'm done. Screw these freaking waifus. I'm going back to Duel Links. Is it morally correct? We got one of these dudes. To give waifus guns. I don't know. You all figure that out. Oh, Blue Eyes. Oh, listen, I'm not bullying Blue Eyes. I'm at the plat. I'm at the plat 1. These dudes are coming at me. They're coming at my waifus. Negate Sage from summoning a dragon from the deck. Get out of here. Link Karibo. Hey, you get to summon a dragon, though. Let's go. I don't even know what that does, but congratulations. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I'm upstarting. Upstart's a good way to get cards in the graveyard. It's a pay-to-win card, though. It's an ultra rare. It doesn't come from any box. Very difficult. I'm going to field spell it up. I'm purposely not activating multi-roll because I don't want multi-roll to be messed up in the end phase. If we were playing optimally under the game not being bugged, then I would have multi-rolled early, but I'm trying to do the end phase search trick without triggering it, and people are saying that they're saying it's either you summon the blue link before activating, or activating then summon the blue link might be okay as long as you don't trigger the multi-roll, then you trigger the multi-roll later, or it's bugged. It's bugged, so I'm playing around a bug. You activate Field Spell to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, but you have to send a card to the graveyard. But you don't have to get the effect. You're going to target your Ray to be sent to the grave. You're going to chain link to her effect to jump off the field. We saw this in today's tournament where they didn't do this, and I'll tell you why they probably didn't do it. In the duel settings, which doesn't show here, there's a setting called self-chain on. Self-chain on will automatically, you don't need to toggle on, just with your toggle on auto, it will ask you to chain to your own effect. Okay? Summon the Hayate, Field Spell, look at the top 3. We're going to have one from the top 3. I'm going to yoink that Widow Anchor. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to get multi-rolling. I'm multi-rolling, sending the Field Spell to the grave, activate, summoning a Rose onto the field. Link Karibo, stopping me. Did use up our normal summon, yes. Hayate is going to send an Engage from the deck to the graveyard. If you're not sure what to send, then generally this could be good because it's a search. So we're going to add it back to the hand and then search. I know a lot of waifu lovers, they love to not have Engage in the graveyard because the blue waifu will add Engage from the deck only if you don't have one in the graveyard. Now, Zeke, also known as Zeke. The main reason you want to summon Zeke, and I believe this is the #1 reason, to free up your monster zones, okay? So don't be afraid to summon multiple monsters because you got Zeke to free up your monster zones, and it also has an additional effect to banish an opponent's monster. So you can go Zeke into any of your Sky Strikers. Very good. But you do have to free up your monster zones. You got to. Kagari, limited to 1. Limited to 1. Grab Engage. We are engaging. Add the other Widow. This is limited to 2. Ooh, Maxi. This is just to showcase the deck just going kind of wild. Kind of wild mode. Just overwhelming your opponent with negate, banish from the grave, double negate. We have a search next turn. We got Valor and Max C. I have double. I mean, this is disgusting. I'm gonna search plus draw. I'm gonna search plus draw. I have negate and steal. I have banish from the grave and summon onto my field. I have another negate and steal. This is an average game with waifus. It's an average game. I don't care about their life. I'm plussing like crazy. We could have negate and stolen that to prevent him from doing that crazy play. I'm going to banish the Ancients before it activates in the graveyard to summon a dragon from the deck. Thank you very much. And it actually stays on my fields. Doesn't go back to them, doesn't go back to the grave. It's a tuner, so I can make access code with it. Because I activated a Sky Striker card, I could reset the field spell, set any card from the grave. The plus is I can't. This is not okay. This is not okay. This deck is not okay. Now, this was funny. I was going to multi-roll, send the field spell to the graveyard to summon a monster from the deck, but because any card you add with multi-roll from the graveyard gets banished instead. But there's this weird thing, if they negate the activation of the card, it will go to the grave and not get banished. So even though it was face down, I didn't activate it, but if you negate the activation, it goes to the grave. I sent it while face down, it got freaking banished. It's a Keck W. In a lot of these duels, I am still learning the deck, but we know the way to get clapping. And the most important thing is to identify what's good, what's not good. So if you don't know what's going on right now, I used my opponent's tuner. You could steal your opponent's tuner or normal summon a tuner or Widow Maker, Widow Anchor, yoink a tuner. Tuner plus any monster makes the Hulk. Then Hulk summon a Valor from the deck, and then you make Selene. Selene requires the effect Veiler because you need a spellcaster to summon it. And then Selene requires Veiler to be in the graveyard to summon it from the grave because it's a spellcaster. I know why activating, negating, sends to the grave, and why it gets banished instead. It's not considered on the field. That is why. So we're searching. And +1 draw. Hey, Rose! Get Rosen. So before using the Selene, I'm just popping off with more pluses because this duel is just absurd right now. I haven't even normal summoned. 1, 2, 3. Summon the Veiler. Access code Talker. Very good. And what I really wanted to do was trigger, send the field spell, then summon Rose onto the fields. Widowmaker, yoink, normal summon, send. Zeke is I'm gonna send the field spell to the grave. So the multi-roll, I couldn't use the multi-roll to send to the graveyard again because I already activated it. So I was thinking, how can I send my field spell to the grave? I have to summon my Ray. I got to do this with Ray. Where's my Bay? Ray. Yeah. Wipe out the Fool. And, I mean, is this not freaking absurd? What is all this? This is just disgusting. Disgusting. So much negating, so much plussing. It's just honestly too much. They didn't even stand a chance because the multi-roll would reset from the graveyard. So if this duel was exciting, big poppage, big yoinkage, steal. If you like stealing, you like negating, you like plussing, you like waifus, you like doing big damage, this deck's for you. So that was the screw-up duel, though we still won. So here's basics of dismantling your opponent. Basics. Do you think I'm going to read their cards? Heck no. Bahamut Shark, come forward, totally awesome, totally negate. I'm going to give you the deck list right after this. Totally negates anything, and then steal. Will he steal an upstart? Let's feel it out. Yes. Take the upstart goblin. It's yours. There you go. All right, take it. Good job, mate. Good job. Terraforming, field spell. Now, generally, if you have the field spell in your hand already and you have a terraforming, set the terraforming and just send it to the graveyard. Don't double search the field spell. In some circumstances, it could be good to double search the field spell, okay? But understand the graveyard only activates in the grave if it's sent there by a card effect, not by a cost. So you can't like field spell over field spell or, tribute as a cost for droplet to get its effect. It needs to be sent to the grave by an effect to summon your waifu. Maxi, bro, what the hell? I'm gonna negate that. Just get out of here. Get out. All right. Now, again, very important. Self-chain on in your settings. You don't have to toggle on here. You're gonna target your Ray. You're gonna look at the top 3. If there's a Sky Striker, you add one to the hand. And if you did, you have to send Ray to the grave. But it's not required for the effect to add. So it's totally free to just jump off the field. Chain Link 2. All right, get Chain Linkin. Chain Link 2, summon your green waifu. So if you don't know this already, the deck is all about green, red, then blue. Green, red, then blue. This is the battle phase waifu. So green. Then you have the main phase waifu, which is red. That's the main phase waifu. She's so good, she's limited to 1. Then you have the end phase waifu. So what was that in order? Green, red, blue. Green will send a card from the deck to the grave. Battle phase waifu. The main phase waifu will add that card in the graveyard back to the hand. That's the main phase waifu. Then the blue end phase waifu will add a card from the deck to the hand. Very good. So what am I sending? I'm grabbing a card. Grabbing multi-roll. Multi-rolling. We multi-rolling. Battle phase, get popping directly to the face. Activate, I'm sending a Widow from the deck to the grave mate. And now that I have Widowmaker in the graveyard, I could add it to the hand. And then I could use Engage. I could also use Engage to add from the deck to the hand. But because I have 3 spells in the graveyard, you want to use Engage first. And if I don't use Engage first, then I'm going to end the stream right now. Okay, we're good. So we get the additional effect of draw 1 in searching. I'm going to get popping, mate. We popping. Totally awesome. Adding, I'm just going to banish. Get that toad out of here. Get that toad out of here. Now, the toad was not properly summoned, so I couldn't steal it. I wanted to steal the toad. I'm pissed. I'm actually pissed. He did not properly summon this damn toad. It would have been mine. Shite. So we're going to banish it. Multi-roll, send, I'm summoning. Now, oh, Dkayed, you don't want monsters in the main deck zone? You don't. So, I told you, who deals with the main deck zone? The Zeke. Zeke's gonna banish for, until their end phase. Get Zeke. Zeke, banish that fool. And then go on with your normal play. This is just basics of dismantling a fool. Just totally dismantling them. Also, I didn't really commentate, but I got my Upstart Goblin back in my grave. That fool stole my Upstart Goblin, and that totally pissed me off. I used the Afterburners to pop a monster and the back row. Pop a monster and the back row. Nuts. Nuts. Adding the Engage back to the hand. Ooh, we engage in. So this card could make you unaffected. We drew an extra card. And we're not done. I can't believe we're not done. This is just basics of what this freaking deck does. Multi-roll in the end phase is going to activate first. So we're going to add... So we have a negate and a steal. I have another negate and steal. I got 2 negate and steals. 2 negate and steals. This is going to add cards from the graveyard back on the field. I'm still going to search. I'm going to search. Come on. What the heck? What the heck? He's done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going back to Duel Links. This is too crazy. I don't understand anything that's going on. I can't. No, I'm done. I'm done. He's done. Mehdi, back to Duel Links.